President Biden has not held a solo news conference in 55 days. And today, Biden took a delayed victory lap after signing his COVID relief bill, urging people to wear masks, of course, once again taking no questions.
It's important to get that vaccine, and even after that, until everyone is, in fact, vaccinated, to wear this mask. Thank you very much.
All right, now that they got their COVID money, Democrats will likely be releasing their stranglehold on all of our lives. It's happening already in California, if you noticed. And then there's immigration, the other big story in this country. And the way Democrats are handling this really shows how ignorant they think the American public is. Democrats now saying the current situation at our southern border is a direct result of Donald Trump's policies. It's incredible to hear something this ridiculous and realize it's not a joke. They actually expect people to believe this. Here's Jen Psaki.
The last administration left us a dismantled and unworkable system. And like any other problem, we are going to do everything we can to solve it. So our focus here is on solutions.
Well, if Donald Trump would have just been reasonable and allowed our border to remain porous and ineffective, then all these people wouldn't have had to wait 4 years to illegally enter our country now. That's their story. If you thought that was painful, listen to Nancy Pelosi try to weasel out of all of this. She says it's not Biden's open border policy, it's climate change, causing a drought in recent years that led to low crop yields in Central America and thus gave us this immigration problem.
This is a humanitarian challenge to all of us. What the administration has inherited is a broken system at the border, and they are working to correct that in the children's interest. My most recent trip to the Northern Triangle, that would be Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, you saw the impact of the climate change, mind you. These people were leaving because of the drought. They couldn't farm.
Not Biden, but climate change. And I'm pretty sure droughts were happening, by the way, before we started polluting the air with fossil fuels. So not sure you can really put climate change and this drought together, but I guess they're going to do it. Sure, add climate change to the list. Why not? Let's throw that in there. Today, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy led a delegation of 12 other House Republicans to check the situation out at the southern border. Obviously, there's a lot more happening than just people coming across illegally. It's also a great time to smuggle drugs.
The personal questions we asked the border agents. You look in their eyes, they tell you they see more fentanyl than they've ever seen. They're more than just a job. These people are mothers and fathers. They say they've never seen so many unaccompanied children holding hands and walking up to them with nobody in sight.
Fentanyl has been a disaster for this country. Obviously, you think Democrats care about that at all? Obviously not. Something else, though, astonishing is happening. People from all over the world are traveling to Central America and then walking across our southern border, some of them apparently on terror watch lists.
The terrorist watch list. We asked them, which countries are people coming from? Yemen, Iran, Sri Lanka. That's what's coming across. And they're fighting. They even talked about Chinese as well. These cartels, because the highway is right next to it, would rush it with 80 people or more to have the Border Patrol go there to try to overrun it. And it's not far to be able to get into safety or security away from the Border Patrol agents.
All right, and New York Congressman John Katko, ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee, reminds Democrats, of course, the party of endless COVID lockdowns, that, oh yeah, there's COVID too.
They are not testing these individuals. We saw hundreds of people in there today. Not one of them's had a COVID test. Border Patrol agents have only been inoculated at 50 to 60% at the most right now. They're exposed every day to this. And this is something that the president has caused with this surge.
So here's how bad it's getting. In February, CBP encountered 100,441 people attempting entry along the southwest border. This total represented a 28% increase over January. That's a big increase. Here's a headline from CBS. Backlog of migrant kids in Border Patrol custody soars to 4,200, with 3,000 held past the legal limit. And because the current border facilities, of course, are so over capacity, the Biden administration now plans to send 3,000 migrant teenagers to a convention center in downtown Dallas. The K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center will be used for up to 90 days beginning as early as this week. Federal agencies will use the facility to house boys who are ages 15 to 17 years old. By the way, those boys, 15 to 17, are the vast majority of the unaccompanied minors that are coming across the border. We've talked about this. This is not a refugee crisis. This is a job opportunity. They enter, they make 5-10 times as much money as they would have made in Central America. They pay no taxes. They send it back home. It's very simple. And it's not just teenagers. Check this out. Adults traveling alone accounted for the bulk of migrants apprehended in the Border Patrol's Tucson sector. About 12,300 adults traveling alone in February. That is a lot of people alone coming for a job. It's all about jobs. Make more money here, pay no taxes, send it back. We all get it. It's not Trump's fault. It's not climate change. This is all caused by the White House virtue signaling to the far left flank of their party, proving to the liberals that, yeah, they might have Joe Biden in the presidency, but the open border radicals are the ones pulling the strings. The Democrats are building a new voting bloc. Hispanics are hands down the fastest growing population in this country. Democrats want those votes. And Republicans shoulder a lot of the blame for this situation as well. The mistakes made in years past come back to haunt Republicans. For years, Republicans passed on fixing this problem, securing our border, because they liked the cheap labor. This is the old guard Republicans that hate Donald Trump, by the way. A wall would have made an easy deal, would have been such an easy deal, way back in like 2006 when Democrats were on board, when Joe Biden was saying all the stuff they say is racist now. It didn't happen back then. Now the White House is sending a new message. Come on over.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.